Today I have a editorial soft glam makeup look prepared for you today. I'm so excited about this makeup look. It was inspired, of course, by May Pang. She did a makeup look where she had like curves at her outer corners and it looked just beautiful. It inspired me to do like a full makeup look based on that. And this is also a makeup look where if you remove some of the elements, it's perfect for everyday glam makeup look. So yeah, two birds with one stone. I don't like this expression, it's kind of morbid. My skin is moisturized. I used my Honey Halo cream from Pharmacy. And now I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear paint pot just to prime my eyelids. I really need to purchase a new one because that thing is dry. I forgot to close it for a few minutes. So it's not as creamy as it once was, but I'll make it work. And for this, make sure to apply some of that primer on your lower lash line as well. And for today's makeup look, I'll be using the Raw Beauty Christie palette with Pure Cosmetics. This palette is disgusting because this palette is amazing. This palette I've been using a lot for all of my makeup looks because it has all the essential colors, as you can see, but there's also all the bright, beautiful shades. And today we'll be mainly using the white and we'll also be using some of the neutral tones. So I'm going to start by diving into my Whole Heart shade, which is a light skin tone shade. And I'm just going to apply that all over my lid, just so that the brown has something to blend on top, because I don't want the brown to be too intense. I don't want it to be too dark. So applying that skin tone shade as a base, it's kind of going to dilute the brown. Next, taking the shade Copper Boxes on another fluffy blending brush, I'll take a bit and dab the excess off, and I'll just blend that all over my lid. You don't have to be precise with this. I just want to layer a light brown shade first all over. Now taking a tighter blending brush, I'll take that same brown shade and apply that on my lower lash line. I feel like usually it takes me a little bit longer before I get to the part where I can remove some things with a Q-tip, but we're already there. So taking a Q-tip with some micellar water, this is the Bioderma Sensitive Skin Micellar Water. I'll just saturate my cotton tip. And I'll start by removing the brown on my mobile lid in the inner corner. And I'm going to carve that shape kind of like you would do a cut crease, like a regular cut crease. And then I'm going to carve up the shape on top of my crease, heading towards my brow. And I'll also carve out the area under my under corner by drawing a circle. So as you can see, we've carved out this part, the part on the brow bone, and also we've removed some of the brown on my outer corner. Next, I'll be taking a concealer. This is the Derma Blend Cover Care Full Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade 0C. You can take any high coverage concealers for this part. And using a flat concealer brush, I'll be using that to carve out even more the edges we just removed. As you can see, this is very simple. Like, it's not very complicated to do. You just slap a bunch of brown on your eye and then you carve out with a concealer. Now I'll be using a flat but still fluffy brush, like not a completely flat brush, but a brush that's dense enough to pack some color. And I'll be using the shade My Whole Heart from the Raw Beauty Christie palette. You can take any light beige shade you have. Make sure you get one that's a bit lighter than your skin tone. And I'm going to apply that on all the areas we just applied the concealer. With a very small packing brush, this is the JH42 brush, I'll grab some more of that brown shade and reapply that on the brown areas that connect with the concealer. And I'll also reapply some on my outer corner just to blend it into the white a bit more. Using that same small compacting brush, this time I'm going to go into the very white shade and I'll be applying that on the very high points of where we applied the concealer. And with a very dense rounded brush, I'll be packing that on my inner corner. I want my inner corner to be super bright. Using a white kohl liner, I'm just going to line my waterline. And that's pretty much it for this eyeshadow look. It's super simple, but I feel like it plays with the shadows very interestingly. And I feel like once we have our foundation, our blush and everything, that outer corner shape, I feel like it's gonna be super interesting blended into the complexion makeup. So I'm going to curl my lashes, put on mascara, and put on some lashes, and that's gonna be it for the eye makeup look. For my mascara, I'm using the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. And for my lashes, I'm using the Ardell Professional Texture Eye Lashes in the style 575. All right, so here we have the other eye. It's on. I feel like the lighting in my office right now is kind of wrong because there's this whole window, so there's a lot of light going on to this side, but I'll have to figure this out later. Anyway, so here we have the other eye. Like I was saying, I feel like this makeup look will look a lot better once we have the whole face on. But the rest of the face, so the foundation, I'm going to be filming another video because I'll be reviewing a IT Cosmetics product. So if you want to see the foundation part of this makeup look, as well as a review of the CC cream and the new flat spatula foundation brush from IT Cosmetics, then you can go watch that video. But yeah, so I'll just apply my foundation really quickly and I'll be right back. All right, so my foundation concealer is on. This foundation is very interesting, so you may go watch that other video. Thank you. Next, I'll be applying my complexion products. For my bronzer, I want to use this again. I'm very impressed with this. I did a full impression video on these new blushes from Kaleidos. So using a big Real Techniques fluffy brush, I'm going to take the blush in the shade Pearl Bliss and apply that as a bronzer because it's a very neutral blush, which could be considered a bronzer. And I'm going to be applying a lot of bronzer on my temples, just to kind of blend the bronzer into the brown we have on our outer corner. Next, I'm going to be applying the blush. So I'll be using the Benefit Peachin blush because my lips are going to be neutral, but a bit coral. And I feel like this blush is gonna look good with that lip color. And also it's gonna look good with the neutral eyes. So I'll be taking that blush with the Kaleidos blush brush and I'm just gonna apply that on my cheeks. And I'm also going to be blending that upwards towards the brown eyeshadow on our outer corner. My face is looking very bare and I know why. I don't have my brows on. So let's apply some brows. I'll be using the Precisely My Brow pencil in the shade number 3 and I'll be setting them in place using the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit also. All right, so the brows are on. I'm going to finish my eyes now. Using that fluffy brush with a bit of the brown shade, I'll just reapply some of the brown on my outer corner. And with a small fluffy brush with more of that brown, I'll apply that very closely to the line we have on our lower lash line, just to make the contrast a bit higher. And using that very small compact brush, I'm going to apply even more, but a lot closer to the white. And with that same brush, but with the white, I'll reapply some of the white on the areas where we already applied the white, just to make it pop a bit more. Using a bigger compact brush, just because I feel like the white is super compact in some area, I want to drag it a bit lower so that it's not so much of a white line. I want to have it blended into my cheekbones. I'm pretty happy with everything right now. Oh, I forgot to do my liner and my waterline on my other eye. So now I'm going to apply some highlight because we need the shine. I'm looking a bit matte. So I'll be taking the Oden's Eye highlight in the shade Warm Sunshine. I'm using this highlight because it's a bit warmer and I feel like it's gonna look good with the peach blush. I'll be taking that with the Kaleidos highlight brush. And I'm not gonna apply any behind the white line. I'm going to mainly place that before the white line, just so that we can keep that very rounded effect right here. I think I'm also going to put some of that highlight in my inner corners. This highlight is so pretty. I think this is going in my everyday makeup bag. It's so pretty. The Oden's Eye highlight are just the best. They're so interesting. They're so shiny and some of them are super glittery. If you like that look, I like that look. But this one is more of like a metallic finish. So for my lips, I want to do something very sculpted, very intense, just to contrast with the softness of the makeup. So I'll be taking the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade Uptight. That's an interesting name. For my lipstick, I'm going to take my MAC lipstick in the shade Bronx, which is a bit more neutral than the lip liner. Yeah, this shade is so pretty. It's a bit more brown than what I wanted, so I hope that the gloss is gonna save that. For the gloss, I wanted to use the Fenty gloss in the shade Cake Shake because it's a glittery, beautiful lip gloss, but I just don't think it's gonna look good. I feel like I should avoid glitters on my lips because everything is so soft and so matte. So instead, I'll be taking the M Cosmetics lip gloss in the shade Everglass. It's not as coral as I would want it to be, but now that it's there and now that I have a neutral lip, I think I like it. I think I'll leave it like that. Here we have it. This is the finished look. I'm obsessed with it. I feel like using shadows like this gives very interesting shapes. And as I said in the beginning, like if you were to remove like the under eye effect, you could 100% use the top lid as an everyday makeup look. It's like a beautiful cut crease effect. I'm giving you the tutorial, so do with it as you please. That's what's fun with makeup. You can do whatever the heck you want. But I'm obsessed with this, and I'm especially obsessed with the lower lash line effect. I feel like it gives such a interesting structure to the face. So yeah, I like it. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and that's it. So I'll see you in the next one.